The Rift, 1888. Written and performed by James Gaddas. Produced by Christopher Tan. Episode 14, The Plan.
Any sign?
Nothing.
What's his story?
Well, he's got a long record of burglary, some twocking, but nothing violent. Well, he did do 3 months for killing a dog on a job.
Well, I consider that pretty violent.
That was a guard dog. It was about a new to him.
Even so.
But murder? No, I cannot say it. Doesn't even carry a knife.
We got the warrants.
Yep, here we do.
All right, boys. That's a girl.
Hello, it's the police. Open up, please.
Don't fancy getting in there.
Come to the door and open the
Nah,
door.
Gab. I'm fine here with me coffee.
We have a warrant to search these premises. Open the door.
I was due to see D.I. Taylor at 3 p.m. I've been waiting for over an hour.
D.I. Taylor's not in the building at the moment.
I see. Well, she was going to take me over to the morgue to identify a body. Is there anyone else who might be able to do that? A Detective Constable Swift, perhaps?
Yeah, he's on the same job as the inspector, I'm afraid.
Then can someone call one of them and ask when they might be back?
It's not like ringing your husband and asking when he might be home for dinner, love.
Given it's my husband's body I'm here to identify, that might prove problematical.
Sorry, apologies.
Can you at least point me towards a coffee machine?
No sign of the suspect. But we found this in a tin box in the cupboard, Mum.
No, that is...
Yeah, 455 Webley.
Yeah. Get it over to ballistics.
It's a bit rusty to be a murder weapon,
Well, let's see what ballistics come back with. Looks like your Liam theory just got blown out of the water.
That could be a collectible, Gov. Like the sergeant said, that would likely blow up if you try to shoot with it.
I've seen stranger things happen.
Oh, am I about to get another of your wise old analogues, Gov?
Hey, right, first, I'm wise, I'm not old. And it's analogies. And anyway, no, you're not getting one this time. Any idea where this Liam hangs out? Known associates, fences, gang affiliations?
No gangs. He's a bit of a loner, if truth be told. Last I heard, he had a girlfriend. Can't recall her name off the top of my head. Scarily bright, one of them. Turn the hands to anything and be top of the class in it too types.
Does she have a record?
No. We know she has form, we just can't pin anything on her. Anyway, I know the fences he uses. I'll stop by them on my way back to the station.
Oh, fuck. I'm meant to be there. Now. Flynn's wife.
I didn't hear you come in last night.
We're not married, David.
Well, either way, I knew you'd be back. What have you got there?
More coffee, fresh bread, and Marmite.
Interesting.
How so?
Well, think about it. I'm not sure when Marmite was discovered, but...
Yeah, 1902, commercially. I researched, but I've changed the jar, so no issues.
Where?
Where?
Where was it, or is it produced?
Stoke-on-Trent.
You see how easy it is for anything to cause a butterfly effect? A factory in Stoke-on-Trent. Now let's say, just for the sake of argument, that your little jar was stolen. Someone falls in love with the whole concept of the infamous taste divider. Now, they analyse the formula, start up a factory in Camden. They call it Mormite.
Mormite?
Just run with it. It's hugely successful. The factory in Stoke never happens, and all those workers in 1902 are left jobless. So let's just focus on one. Call him, Derek. Derek never has work. Can't provide for his family, resorts to crime. Kills a man in a bungled jewellery heist. He's hanged a year later. The child Derek would have had, Kevin, never goes on to invent a cure for the common cold. See where I'm going? One tiny thing we do could change everything.
Your point?
And the point is simple. Over the past few months, you and I must have made, 1,000 inconsequential alterations to the timeline. Even if we feel we haven't, time adjusts.
Go on.
So maybe there is a way to save Mary. Think about it.
Well, it's interesting, but they obviously didn't save Mary. Regardless of what they may have wanted to do, she's still a part of the canonical 5.
You make her sound like part of a girl band.
Maybe I should go through.
No, it's me, obviously. The cylinder proves it.
Yeah, but like Dillon says, what if time adjusts? What if I go through and then there's no need to warn me? The cylinder has nothing on it. It's blank. Or it's Flynn singing Mary Had a Little Lamb.
No, it's up to me to do it. And to come back. Oh.
What?
What if I recorded it because I can't get back, Jax?
No, look, if you go, you'll get back.
Yeah, but what...
No, listen, you're even more likely to get back now. You've heard the cylinder. You'll be looking out for this Chexlob dude.
Have you had any luck, oh man?
Well, not so far. No. I was looking into different gangs at the time, seeing if a name jumped out. It's fascinating stuff. The Blind Beggars, the Green Gate Gang, the Hoxton High Rips. The police even speculated that gang may be involved in the Ripper murders. Ripper? They liked their knives.
Okay, what do you think?
Me? No. Solitary individual. The closest I can get is check LOB. It's a computer term related to large object databases.
Well, that makes no sense. I wouldn't even know what one of those was.
We need to work out how you're going to go. Your outfit, how you travel, get you some coins. I mean, thanks to Flynn, we know that there's a cab round the corner. But Senior Sergeant hasn't gotten, and that you need to be careful on Commercial Street.
What if Flynn's there? What if I go through and land on top of him?
My gut feeling says he's dead. But why would he end up under a hedge by the hospital? Makes no sense if that was the case. Anyway, why don't we go and do some charity shop stuff? Get some clothes.
Oh, they too model.
No, Dillon was right. Loose, dark trousers, collarless grandad shirt, donkey jacket, flat cap, it's universal. We need to be ready to go as soon as the police presence dies down.
So, we have a couple of weeks before Stride and Eddowes. We have a lot to do.
I'll run with it, but I still don't see how it's doable.
Have faith, Robert. The first course of action is for you to reacquaint yourself with Mary. Hang around the 10 bells. We've established that we're local and that we're not hiding. You've been interviewed by the police and released, so you are, in effect, clean.
Fine, but that's going to bring me back into Joseph Barnard's orbit. It's not something I'm especially keen on.
I'll have you back. Trust me. Barnard is the archetypal playground bully. I've dealt with this type before. If he makes any trouble, I'll put him down.
Knife use, bully wrangling. You sure you're a surgeon?
When I mentioned to Aberline our military background, there was a germ of truth in there.
You?
I was a Royal Marine for 5 years. Before, retraining.
Well, that's an unusual career path. Though it makes sense how you'd have fit in with Médecins Sans Frontières. Okay, so, assuming I'm able to reconnect with Mary, and assuming she doesn't rip me a new one, no pun intended, what next?
Well, there was a week between the double event and Mary's murder. And so, in the first instance, we have to identify the Ripper and then remove him from play.
Right. See, this is where...
You leave that part to me. All I need is for you to help me identify him. We have 2 goes, Burner Street and Mitre Square. We'll do both, together.
Question. If we identify him at the first sight, we just allow him to go onto Mitre Square and murder Eddowes?
It's about saving Mary, Robert.
Yeah, but if, as you say, it might be possible to rearrange a timeline, why not save Eddowes too?
Because she isn't important.
Sorry?
I mean, she isn't important to you.
Okay.
So that's the basics. You find Mary, smooth things over. We then track the 3rd and 4th victims. I remove the Ripper from the equation, and a week later, we resolve Mary's predicament.
How?
I have a plan. Just leave it to me. Now, in the meantime, we go back to the now and do a little more investigation, get our ducks in a row. We can even do a Ripper walk.
What?
Well, if we wander around the murder sites ahead of time here, we're absolutely tipping our hand. But if we visit them in the now, as part of a tour group, we can see exactly where to place ourselves on the 30th.
Why are you so keen to save a girl you don't know? For a man you don't like?
Who said I didn't like you?
Intuition.
Robert Flynn, you are the most important man in my life.
Fuck. He's a fantasist.
Dillon?
He was never a Marine. UCL studying medicine. Hospital placement in Birmingham. And slowly moved his way up the surgical chain, writing papers and licking arses until he landed the post at the Royal London. Closest he's ever gotten to frontline service is Call of Duty.
Oh, so he's had a chance to reinvent himself as an action man. Isn't that what we all dream of, in various ways?
I'll try to work out his angle. He says he's run into trouble back then and used his knife, but that's just on his say-so. Fronted up to Lusk, but didn't have to back it up. Slipped the policeman after the 10 pence, so no physical confrontation. Yeah, I think he's won the shit. And maybe Flynn called him out on it, eventually.
It's possible.
Anyway, come on.
Where are we going?
Your new wardrobe awaits.
You ready, Mrs. Flynn?
Do you know how hard this is for me?
Look, I am not going to mollycoddle you. I'm not going to say I understand how you must feel. I've never been in this situation myself, but...
I'm going to look at the body of a man who could be my husband, a man I lived with for 20 years, and in the end, well, I never really knew. There's a part of me that...
A part of you that, well...
that wants it to be him, wants closure on a part of my life that wasn't real from the get-go. That's hateful of me, isn't it?
No, it's not at all. Look, I don't think for one moment that what you had wasn't real. But gambling, it's an illness. It destroys people and those around them. You've every right to be angry, to lash out, to even wish someone gone. No one has a right to judge you.
Thank you.
Okay, listen, the head is covered. I'm not going to beat about the bush. The body's in a pretty poor state. It had been hidden for around 3 weeks, the coroner reckons, so we have discoloration and a large amount of blotting. You sure you want to do this?
Can I have a few moments?
Well?
She couldn't do it. It's hardly surprising. I wouldn't do it. Once I described the condition of the body, well... get into the bathroom again, see if we can pull any DNA.
Yeah, but Governor, that's going to be contaminated.
I know, but we've got to try something. On the plus side, we've got a positive sighting of Liam Darber in a charity shop near Borough Market.
Try this one.
Oh, that'll swamp me. And it's got stains.
Those trousers are a bit short.
But isn't that good? Like, I can't afford new, so I have to keep wearing them even though I've grown?
Yeah, there's high waters and there's long shorts, babe.
Yeah, well, alright, well, we'll get...
What's wrong, Liam?
Oh, shit.
Good afternoon, Liam.
Who is this?
Yeah, I'd like you to come with me to the station.
What are you doing?
Jax.
What are you doing to him? You're arresting him.
Yeah, under caution, love.
You can't
Liam
do
Barber, I am arresting you in relation to the
just
disappearance of Robert Flynn. You do not have to say
Get
anything, but it
off
may
him.
harm your defence if you do not mention one
listen to-
question, something that you later relied in court.
Jax.
Back off.
It's all right.
Anything
Liam.
you do say
Liam, I'll
may
find
be
someone.
given in
Babe,
evidence.
I'll find someone. I promise.
Jax.